everyone here was here for the introduction of almost everyone the other day. So.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Coming down a little bit. Got a few more hours before employment starts.
Anybody else have anything they want to show us?
I'd like to thank Commissioner Jones and you for your gracious hospitality to our team. It's so always great when the plan comes together and we can meet our goals and you have met your goals. And that was I'm just going to give everybody an opportunity to speak, and then I'll give you an idea of what's going to happen when we leave here. I know that you've all been waiting to hear this, so I won't leave you in suspense any longer. This is the Adult Local Detention Facility, 4th edition, the 2012 Standard Supplement, Orange County Correctional Facility, May 20th through 22nd. Michelle Van Dusen, Chair. Paul Hasman, member, and Buddy Kent, member. Of the mandatories, there's 60. Of those, you were found 3 that were non-applicable, so there was a total of 57. Of those 57, 0 were found in non-compliance, so you received 100% your mandatories. Of your non-mandatories, there's a total of 325. Of those, we found 26 that were non-applicable, so that made a total of 299. Of those, we found 0 in non-compliance, so that made number in compliance 299 for 100%. To go into a facility and find 100% is very rare, so you really have done an excellent job. You work well together, and that's obvious from what we've seen. Now, I will give both of my partners here an opportunity to speak to you, and then I will tell you what's going to happen.
Well, I'll make it very brief. My section, if you recall, was up front, the first third, security and emergency plans and so forth. Had the opportunity to interact with many of the security personnel and others throughout the tour. Everyone was gracious, cooperative, informative, knowledgeable, and assisted me in moving right along and learning a new system, because unlike Michelle, I had not been here before. This is a facility that is extremely impressive at many levels, physical plant-wise, staff, inmate relations, staff-staff relations, so, and quite frankly, even supervisory staff relations. It's just a pleasant atmosphere to visit and work in the last 3 days. Usually you can go into some facilities and feel some tension between some of those groups. I didn't feel any of that at all. So I was very, very impressed with that. You're a very unique facility, particularly for a jail. And I just wrote down a few unique things, like unique because you have bicycle perimeter patrol, unique in unescorted inmate movement. In a jail, it's rare. You know, my jail was like that too, but this is rare, unescorted inmate movement in a jail. Unique with contact visiting in a jail. Usually that's for prisons. Unique that you had inmates pay for your handbook if they had destroyed it. Unique in the sense that they paid for like a fine for disciplinary action. Unique with all the programs you have, and I could go on. It is very, very unique, and therefore should not be surprised that you did so well. I said at the entrance interview I was a professional thief, that whenever I would come to these audits I would steal things that I like and take back to the facilities where I worked. I'd need a truck to take back all the things that I thought that you did well. I just don't work anymore, so I'm going to leave them with you. If I did work, I'd take them, believe me. Physical plant, spacious, open, bright. Usually the square footage issues are the issues that hurt facilities. Not here. You've got tons and tons of space. So I was just clean, well kept, well maintained, duly impressed. If there was ever excellence in a correctional workplace, it's here.
I thank you for my time here. It's been a great honor. We have great staff.
staff. One of the things that impressed me the most in talking to the captain and to the chief, one of the things they talked about was our staff. We're only good as our staff, and the emphasis was on our staff. And they're great believers in you, and obviously you are them. A good audit team can tell you in about 15 minutes where you're going to do well on the audit. You have one opportunity to have a first impression, and the first impression is just outstanding. I have simple philosophies in mind. Okay, you keep things simple. A clean jail is a happy jail, and obviously you're very happy here because you have a very clean jail. The jail, and that tells you how the jail runs. The sanitation of the facility tells you how it runs. The other thing that impressed me was teamwork. I was constantly talking to my staff about the wheel and one spoke not being bigger than the other. All the spokes had to be equal so the wheel would roll smooth. If one spoke gets a little bit bigger than the other one, then the wheel ain't gonna roll smooth. There's gonna be a bunch of bumps in the road. And right here, you don't have the bumps in the road. I was impressed with the cooperation between security staff, medical staff, mental health staff, cooperation, the spirit that you have working with each other. It's a true teamwork atmosphere. It's always nice to come to a place that not only lives, it's accredited, but they also live and work accreditation. And you obviously live by the standards. And you do this every day. It's not just once in a while. That's your culture. And having started in accreditation in '77, I can assure you that not only here, but other places, that the culture is changing. And it's pleasant to work in this area. I'd like to thank Tom for his efforts to help me and try to keep me straight. Lorraine, the little colonel, and Larissa for helping me and giving me all the information and stuff. See, I do talk to staff and listen to them once in a while. Our mental health lady, she spent yesterday afternoon trying to get me on the right path, get me to, I call it self-management therapy. But I was much impressed, and you know, anybody can put something in a folder and do well, okay? But when you go talk to the staff, and they tell you what's in those folders, and they tell you what those policies are, you know you're doing well. Again, thank you for the time that I've spent here, and thank you for doing the job that you do every day. As I told them over in medical, rarely as public servants do we get a pat on the head. And we're the whipping boy now. We're it. I mean, we're the bad guys. But rarely do we get a pat on the head. Every now and then, you know, once in a while you get a pat on the head, but most of the time you get a swift kick in the butt. But thank you for what you do every day. Coming to work to deal with bad people, and you make community and the area a safer place to live. Thank you.
Oh, you're going to, go ahead. Good. I'd like to also thank at least my babysitter, but all the people that helped us, Bernadette and Dom and Carol and Tony and whoever else I missed. I apologize, but there are a lot of people who basically for the last 4 days, you know, drove us here and there, babysat us. And it was a pleasure getting to know you better, and I appreciate everything you did for us to make our stay very, very pleasant. And would be remiss if I didn't thank you guys for everything you've done. You make me feel proud to be a part of this profession. Thank you. He's got a million stories. He'll be here for a while.
But he isn't.
You know, it can go wrong, and it'll go wrong during the audit, okay? And it never happens to the auditors. I've worked with Joe before, and several other people. But Joe and I were doing an audit down in North Carolina. And we go, I didn't tell them I'd been slipping them all week, but anyway. They were having a paper breakfast, and I'd come and lady at the desk, you give it best hang dog, if they give you a pass for your free breakfast. But anyway, I paid for it the last day. I'm in there, sat down to have breakfast, and put a fork into a sausage, and I get sausage grease all over the shirt. And so, of all times, not to carry a spare shirt tie with me, that one. So I was all done up like this for the audit, which is high as I could get, so you wouldn't see. And what happens is we get to the exit, and I'm sitting all like this. Joe and the other auditor, who also happens to be from New York, just throws me right under the bus. And he said, you know, you can't take Buddy out in public, because he just wears food wherever he goes.
Thank you again. I'd like to thank Sergeant Avery and his team, because they've done a very good job. You have done a very good job. What's going to happen now is I will go back and I will write the report and I will submit it to ACA. Usually ACA sends it back to you to make responses to the non-compliance, but the final, everything will come from the commission. And hopefully I will see you. Where's our next? Oh, yes.
Oh, Washington, D.C.
Yes, on the Bay. How many of you are going to try to go?
You may not make that.
May not make that. Anyway, hopefully I will see you there. We really have appreciated our time here. And you can smile now, okay?
I'm still in shock, so.
Oh, yeah, Bernadette, you can appeal for a.
I will. I'll meet him out in the parking lot later.
Thank you very much. Keep yourself on the
That's yours. That's it. Go ahead.
I would just like to thank you for coming in here doing a very thorough audit. And even though we were 100% compliant, we're going to take a lot of your suggestions that can help us improve greatly. And we're going to implement them.
On behalf of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, we just want to present this party.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's special.
Thank you.
I have the little teeny toothbrushes. Because I say when I travel, which is not a whole lot like these guys, but when I travel, rather than have all this stuff packed in, I just take the little teeny toothbrushes, use them, throw them away. Now I have plenty. Thank you very much. I have no room for them, but thank you very much. Thank you for your hospitality. You guys were wonderful. So now, I guess, you're good to go.